Time for my rant of the week. So here we go. In lieu of some of the things that have been happening the last couple of days, you know, we're starting to heat up over the AR-15 debate. Well, I heard last night that YouTube had a lady get into their building and shot about 3 people. Heard that she was really upset because her videos got demonetized, and she kind of took it personally. I still quite haven't figured out how I want to think about that. If I want to feel for her, or if I want to say, well, lady, that's life. I'm kind of on the middle of the fence. But where I am concerned is what it's going to do about all of the gun channels on YouTube. If that's going to give them people a little bit of ammunition to use against us to finally just drop all of us off of YouTube for promoting guns and terrible gun violence and stuff. But anyway, I got into an argument last night with a guy, commented on my page, and the guy was a real idiot. Really was. And the thing about it was, he started trying to tell me that the reason why everybody's up in arms over the AR-15s and firearms is because there needs to be background checks on every firearms transaction. I responded back to him. Under state and federal law, when you buy at a gun show, or you buy from a from a gun show or a business, you have to fill out a 4473 form. That's that NCIS check. And he's like, yeah, but that's not good enough. He goes, we have to do background checks on private sales too. And I tried to tell him, I said, no, you don't. I said, do you do a background check when you sell your vehicle to somebody to make sure they have a valid driver's license, insurance, and they haven't been arrested for, oh, hell, I don't know, DUI, drug smuggling, hit and run, kidnapping, that kind of thing. And he answered me back by being a real smart ass. And he says, I don't think you're taking this gun issue seriously. I responded back, oh, you don't know how serious I'm taking it. You know, people like me that own AR-15s or any kind of semi-automatic firearm, really, whether it be rifle, pistol, shotgun, I'm damn well taking it seriously. I really am. And this guy went on to degrade me a little bit more because, his opinion, people that own AR-15s and semi-automatics are just compensating for having a small tool. And I just let him ramble. I figure there's no sense in arguing with stupid. And then he started coming back at me about, you know, how if he had his way about it, all these AR-15s would be melted down and turned into refrigerator magnets. Well, then he really kind of pissed me off. He just wouldn't let it go. So I fired back at him and I told him, I said, look, AR-15s are here to stay. All semi-automatic rifles and pistols are here to stay. Who's going to collect them? Who? The police aren't going to do it. The police aren't that stupid. There's some pretty smart cops out there that have AR-15s too. And they know that if they got to come get yours, they got to turn in theirs. Military's not going to do it. It's against the law, number one. You're not allowed to use federal troops on civilians. And two, how many of them are going to break ranks and say, no, I'm not going to my dad's house, my brother's house, my own house, and turning in my own weapon? No. You know, think about that for a minute. So who's going to come and collect these so-called evil weapons? You know, the anti-gunners, the I don't want a gun people, the I think guns are bad and I don't even want to look at one, let alone touch one. You got to come to my door and tell me that I got to give up my AR-15 or my semi-automatic deer rifle or shotgun or handgun? Uh-huh. Well, there's only one thing I can say about that. If you do, you are a nut job. Because don't expect people to be all overly friendly and welcome you in with big smiles and offer you a cup of coffee. That's not going to happen. What you're going to get is the reversed opposite. You're going to get some old boy that just looks at you and calls you a few choice dirty words and tells you that if you don't get your ass moving down the street and out of his sight, you're liable to have an accident. I'll just leave it at that. People can use their own imagination. But, you know, I'm trying not to get myself all riled up over this. But you do have to admit, it does kind of get to you. People tell me that back when the Constitution and the Bill of Rights were signed, this rifle was what the Founding Fathers had in mind. Okay, I'm for it. The only thing is I ask in return that all law enforcement officers and military go back to using this bad boy too. Yeah, I can see a cop now walking around with a .75 caliber flintlock, chasing after some guy, loading and firing that thing. Yeah, that'd be quite comical. What are we going to do? Go back to fighting wars like we did back during the Civil War? Nah, I don't think that's going to happen either. You know, you people are probably laughing at me saying, Carbine Cowboy, what you smoking? No, I'm just trying to rationalize the liberal mindset. But I can't because I have common sense. You know, and that's part of the problem. You know, all of my viewers out there are highly intelligent people. They're all gun owners. They've either been police, prior military, avid sportsmen, or a combination thereof. I would not insult their intelligence at all by telling them that there is reasonable gun control, because we all know there is no such thing as reasonable gun control. It's just perplexing. You know, I don't know what to say. But I will tell you this, people. There's a storm coming. Big storm coming. I hope we can avoid it. I really do. I really, really do. But I don't know. It's scary when you stop and think about it. 600,000 men died in the Civil War, knocked out and wounded. Stop and think about that for a minute. 600,000 men died from single-shot black powder rifles. Could you imagine what the carnage would be today? Could you? I mean, with even bolt-action rifles, not counting semi-automatics, you could take that number and multiply it by 10 and probably not even come close. I never thought I'd see the day, people, when American citizens would be protesting constitutional rights. You know, I'm not advocating that people go and buy a gun. I'm not trying to pass a law saying that people have to buy anything. But what pisses me off is I got people out there telling me what I can and can't buy. It's really sad, people. We don't learn our history. Well, part of the problem is they don't teach history in school anymore. Every country that gave up its guns fell under a dictator of some type or another. Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, the Emperor, and a host of others since then. Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi, you know, Noriega. The list is long and goes back forever. The American people, they don't understand what they're wanting. They really don't. You know, you give up your gun, you give up a way of defending yourself. What's left? People can just take what they want from you because there's no way for you to stop them. It's sad. It's really sad. And some of these people that I saw protesting and some of these people I had commenting, they weren't kids. They were full-blown adults, my age or older. Now, their mentality may have been in the single digits. I mean, they couldn't tell you what an AR-15 was if one of them fell out of the sky and hit them on the head. But they all know they wanted it banned. I even heard one guy that was supposedly prior military referred to it as an AR-16. And he was in military uniform. Excuse me. And I go, AR-16. Hell, that must be some new super secret weapon that the military came out with. I've never seen or heard of an AR-16. Oh, but he was bragging about how it's some sophisticated killing weapon. You know, stops a train with a single bullet. It's able to take down Tyrannosaurus Rex. Fires heat-seeking bullets. All sorts of wonderful things. And I was like, yeah, okay. I don't know. And to think people listen to somebody like that that's that comical. They don't know what they're talking about. I mean, I even heard them refer to it as an, you know, AK-15. AK-15, never heard of an AK-15. I mean, they're wanting a gun banned, they don't even know what it is. Just enough to give a man a headache, you know? Really is. But, no, well. No cure for stupid. There's no pill for it, sadly. But anyway, just thought I'd give you my little rant for the week, people. So, from the great state of Montana, until my next video comes out, which you guys are going to be enjoying, I'll see you next time.